Hi, good afternoon to you, Nompu. Here where I'm at here in Kimberley, it's just one of the many spots where sex workers come out and to earn their bread and butter as an income and to provide for their families. But with the COVID-19 lockdown in South Africa, they are saying that they too will be affected because they won't have any means or any income to provide for their families. And we know that tomorrow the lockdown starts, no income for them, and they are, the Sex Worker Education and Advocacy Task Force, SWET, are now calling on President Cyril Ramaphosa to include them in the Temporary Employee Relief Fund, where employees or people who are working in retail, just to make an example, can claim from the Department of Employment and Labour through the UIF. So now they are saying they are not included in that, and we know that sex work in South Africa is still not decriminalised. So it's basically a tricky one, calling on them, making a call on the president to include them while this is still a criminal in South Africa. Now, earlier on, I spoke to one sex worker who's now 40 years old, and she's been in the industry for the past 21 years. And she's saying that some of the challenges that they are facing in this country is gender-based violence. She's saying that it would have been better if sex work in South Africa was criminalized so that they can come out in the streets and they can do their work legally and also provide for their families in the streets.
Reginald, it's very interesting, obviously, because now with this disease, we have been encouraged to be socially distant. So in the run-up to the lockdown, what have they said about their trade? Have they seen less business, so to speak, because people are reluctant to get up close and personal?
Oh, most definitely, Nompu. The 40-year-old and the organization SWET also said that they can see, or members of them are saying that their clientele actually declined, and they were the very first ones when the announcement was made by President Cyril Ramaphosa to put the country in on lockdown, that they were the first ones who was being affected, because we know that you need to keep that distance the distance between you and another person, so they can't be into contact or intimate with another person as they would say. So the industry, they are saying, is taking a huge knock, and specifically when it comes to finances and putting bread and butter on the table for them and for their families. What they are going to do for the 21 days, the 40-year-old is saying that she doesn't have a choice but to adhere to what has been announced. She is just going to be indoors, and she doesn't know how she's going to make ends meet at the end of the day.
Very tough situation indeed. Thanks very much, Reginald, for that report. My colleague there, Reginald Witbooi, reporting from Kimberley.